Hi, I'm Liquid Amber Girl, and today my dad and I are going to plant a cherry tree for my grandma.
Liquid Amber Girl Gardening.
Our first step was to find a good healthy tree. When I'm tree shopping, I like to check for several things. First of all, do the staff seem to be knowledgeable about trees? And second, do the staff handle the trees and shrubs correctly? What I mean by that is when you see them carrying trees and shrubs around, are they holding them by their containers or do you see them grasping them by the trunks of the plant? If they're doing this, they're handling it incorrectly and causing lots of damage to the root system. So many people I encounter in these situations argue with me. They'll say, "Oh, this tree isn't being hurt. Look how healthy it is, and I've been carrying it like this all season." That, my friends, is when you head on home. Do you really want to spend your hard-earned dollars on a plant that has been mistreated? Third, check the tree tags for the date that they were potted. This won't be on the big tag with a pretty picture of the tree in bloom on it. This will be on a smaller tag. Usually it's a red or white strip wrapped around one of the branches. And what you're looking for are the words can year. That is the year that the tree was planted in that pot. The fourth thing you need to do is check your tree to make sure that there are no signs of damage to the trunk or to the branches. The fifth thing that we did is something that is specific for weeping cherry trees, and that is make sure that you like the shape of the tree that you are taking home with you. Weeping cherry trees do not change their shape. They do grow up and mature, and they will grow out more branches, but a lot of times when I worked in a garden center, I would overhear people saying things like, well, it'll grow more branches over in this section, or this branch that's going up, it will get weighed down as it gets older. Those are not true things. A weeping cherry, if it has branches that are jutting up, they should be pruned because your weeping cherry won't be weeping anymore. And also, if you have a section on the tree that is kind of open where the rest of it is filled in, that probably isn't going to fill in equal to the other sides on the tree. What you really want to do is make sure when you're looking at the tree that you look at it from all sides all the way around and that you find the shape pleasing, because the shape it is as a young tree is the shape you're going to keep it as an older tree. So now that you've chosen your tree, choose a good spot for your tree and get to digging. Dig your hole only as deep as the root ball of your tree. Also, when the pot is set down into your hole, you should have 6 to 8 inches of space from the edge of the pot to the edge of the hole, all the way around the tree. When your hole is all ready for planting, it's time to remove the pot from your tree's root ball. Sounds easy, right? Unfortunately, the tree that we chose has a root ball that weighs around 60 pounds. And since I'm a stickler about never lifting a tree by grabbing its trunk, it's not going to be too easy, even with two of us. Don't despair though, my trusty box cutter will simplify things. We made 3 cuts from the rim all the way down to the ground. A word of caution: besides the box cutter, which is obviously very sharp, the plastic will be extremely sharp where it has been cut. Please be careful. Peel both sections down and it should reveal enough of the root ball that you can safely remove it from the pot. Lifting from the root ball only, we lowered this monster into the hole. And here you can see that we have left 6 inches of space from the root ball to the edge of the hole. Packing the soil down around the roots is very important. Air pockets in the soil will destroy the roots. I just use my hands on each layer of soil, pressing it down into the hole. Once your soil becomes level with the top of the root ball, you are done. I normally wouldn't clear out this much of an area for mulch, but while we were planting this tree, my grandma's lawn mowing service came out to cut the grass. The way they mowed with reckless abandon was a little frightening. I decided rather than let them knock all the branches off of this new little tree, we should just make a mulch ring that is wider around than the tree's branches. Now is a good time to check for any branches that might be touching the ground. Never allow the branches of your weeping cherry to touch the ground because this can invite infestation. Just prune back anything that's touching the ground, and you can do that pruning as high as you like. It's all whatever looks good to you. Bring out your hose. Don't turn the water up to full pressure. Instead, you want to keep it low and slow, just like you're cooking some ribs. Join me next week for adding weed barrier and mulch. Have a great week, everyone. You can follow me on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram.
Liquid Amber Girl Gardening.